Further debate, the member for Scarborough-Guildwood.
Thank you, Speaker, and thank you to my colleagues who are here today. And I know all members of the legislature would have wanted to be here. You know, we are all duly elected to represent the almost 15 million people in Ontario, and they're really counting on us. In the weeks since COVID-19 was first detected in Ontario, the virus has upended all of our lives. We're seeing changes in behavior, and some less than positive, like panic buying, but we're also seeing a lot of social solidarity. People recognize that flattening the curve of COVID-19 is required, and it is an extraordinary challenge, and it will require an extraordinary response. Ontarians are willing to make sacrifices and to help each other, because responding to this pandemic is a team effort. All of us can make a difference. If we wash our hands, if we not touch our faces, if we cough in our elbow, we practice social distancing, and we stay home if we're sick. The measures proposed in this bill will help local governments to be more responsive and to continue to govern effectively while doing it safely and responsibly. I support this bill. In fact, one of my colleagues in Ottawa has said this bill should actually be permanent in terms of giving municipalities the option for electronic meetings. Allowing municipal councils to meet electronically will help them to do their important work while practicing social distancing, social isolation, and even quarantine. This measure ensures that all levels of government can continue to work together to navigate these uncharted waters and to find safety. Regulations that would suspend municipal noise bylaws to allow deliveries to be made round the clock, keeping our supply chain strong, is essential, that we keep those shelves stocked with the goods that we all need to lead healthy lives. In this time of crisis, I want to say thank you to all of the workers that keep our communities, our small towns, our big cities moving. We need to take public health directives seriously while also allowing for essential services to continue uninterrupted. I believe that the measures proposed in this bill are necessary at this time. You know, I've heard from local social service providers in my riding about the challenges faced by people on limited income. They need access to basic items like diapers and food and other household necessities. But the reality is that they do not have the income to stockpile in excess of their immediate needs. So when they go to the store, things need to be on the shelf. And they are also sensitive to price increases. We've heard today from the member from Guelph that food banks are running dry. I too have heard this in my riding of Scarborough-Guildwood, and my colleague from Ottawa has also passed on this urgent request. Food banks are running dry. I'm grateful for the measures that were recently announced by the federal government to flow money directly to people, including those who are impacted who don't otherwise qualify for support. And I look forward to next week's upcoming fiscal and economic update from the Government of Ontario. As we work together, we must look after the most vulnerable and ensure that people have what they need. The worst of this virus and its impact is still ahead of us. But if we continue to work together as a society to keep everyone safe, healthy, and operational, together we will weather this storm. Speaker, I was elected on August 1st, 2013, and it was that year that the ice storm hit Ontario. And I remember, as a newly elected MPP, going door to door and seeing its impact on those seniors who live alone, people who live in social housing, and in other vulnerable circumstances. In times of crisis In times of emergency, like what we are facing in Ontario, the best of us has to rise, and that means taking care of each other. Thank you, Speaker.
Further debate?